Well, we're trying to recognize and honor the greatest clubs of the United States, and this is certainly one of them. The photographs of the players going back to Don Budge and Gene Mako and Jack Kramer, and I don't know if there's any club that had so many good players playing here over the years.
The LA Tennis Club is one of the iconic clubs in our country. I remember as a little girl coming to LATC, as we called it, to watch the Pacific Southwest. It has a great, rich history because all the stars, all the best tennis players in the world played here.
We're extremely excited to celebrate your history tonight. Hall of Fame created a club affiliate program. It was reliant on clubs to actually answer our call and to say, yes, we're interested. We like our history, we're proud of our history, and we want to be affiliated with the Hall of Fame. The LA Tennis Club answered like that. It's a special privilege for us to present the LA Tennis Club with our first founding club commemorative brick.
It's a tremendous honor for a club of our history and historical significance, for a club that housed the Pacific Southwest, that housed the USC collegiate program during its most important years, has the history that we have with many, many, many tennis legends.
When I think of the LA Tennis Club, it brings back a lot of fond memories. When I was a high school senior, I would drive over here every single day and practice here. And I got to play against other juniors like Bob Lutz and some of the other good young players that were here. And then occasionally some great international stars would come through town. Players like Rod Laver, Nicky Pietrangeli, and Perry T. Jones would force him to play with me or one of some of the other good juniors that were here.
I'm going to interview a couple of these Hall of Famers. Rod, would you join me first?
Every year we come from the US Open and end up at the LA Tennis Club. All the tennis guys were here, but they had never seen a hard court, cement court. We were grass or clay. And of course, when they got here, all the Australians were out of the tournament in the second round. They had no idea how to play this.
In 1981, Jack Kramer invited me to play in an exhibition during the Pacific Southwest, and I remember at the time it was pretty amazing to play on this court here. I had the wood bleachers, and I think my recollection is I followed a McEnroe match on this court, and I was looking at the draw, and Stan I think got to either the semis or the quarters that year.
I also was a ball girl here, right there, stood right there for a Ili Nastase match, and I'll never forget it because I was at the net, and I ran, got the ball, turned around, and there was a ball that was in the air. I didn't know, but it had hit the net and it was right there. So I thought, ball in the air, I grabbed it. It was the middle of the point. And it was Ili Nastase. Ili Nastase has a little bit of a temper. I remember that forever, okay? He was not very happy. I think I shrunk in, I wanted to find some hole, in the court.
I get this phone call from Pancho Gonzalez. He says, kid, LA Tennis Club at 2 o'clock. Okay. He said, well, Pancho, I got a class at noon. Can we maybe make it 3 o'clock? I said, no, kid, 2 o'clock. He says, you have to be here. I was about 15 minutes late. I walk into the locker room, and there's Pancho waiting for me. He says, you're late. And, okay, I'm sorry, Pancho. I had to go to this class. And so he says, did you bring in some tennis balls? He said, no. I said, well, go in the shop and get a couple of cans. He said, we'll play for the balls. So we go out and we play on that court over there, court number 1. It's like a cage, right? So we start playing, and he is beating the daylights out of me. Wins the first set, and he's up like 5-2 in the second set. And so he stops, and he says, okay, let me give you a backhand volley lesson. He says, you gotta stiffen up your arm, you gotta punch the ball a little bit harder. And so we continue playing. I hold on to my serve, it's 5-3. I break his serve, 5-4. I win the set. He goes ballistic. So he takes all 6 balls, he hits them over Clinton Street, never to be found again. Grabs his stuff, slams the gate open and shut, and goes into his car. And I'm standing there on the court. I say, I guess I gotta pay for the balls. So I have some unbelievable memories about the LA Tennis Club.
The mission of the International Tennis Hall of Fame is to preserve and promote the history of tennis and celebrate its greatest champions, thereby serving as a vital partner in the growth of the sport globally. We are absolutely going to grow this sport through the history of tennis. Each one of these people have a different story, and they deserve to be told, and they deserve to be told broadly, and I would say globally. We are in the process of digitizing our entire museum collection. We have 2,000 artifacts on display. It's less than 5% of our total collection, and we're in the process of digitizing that entire collection. We do that so that we can take our stories outside of Newport. We must promote the history of tennis. We can no longer, in the 21st century, be a museum that acts as a time capsule and strictly preserves the history of tennis. We have to promote the history of tennis. The potential for tennis history to inspire future generations of tennis lovers and tennis players is nearly limitless.
To me, to receive this wonderful ring is an honor. To be included with all these great players that play all over the world. I think that tennis is the greatest game in the world, and you meet the greatest people in the world, like LA Tennis Club. Thank you.